Hey guys, how's it going? Alka Slice here with the immortal Sakura-chan. Look at her. Yeah, look at her. She's judging me. She's judging me because I'm putting her on the spot. Anyways, so made a video a couple weeks ago talking about why you should never buy a console from GameStop, or at least buy the GameStop warranty. Obviously, if you get a console from GameStop, go for it. If it's available and you pick it up on release night or release day or whatever, go for it, but don't ever pay for the warranty because GameStop is not about helping the customer. They're about effing you over. Not gonna lie. So basically just the last one, TLDR, I guess you would say, too long didn't watch, is bought a Nintendo Wii on release night and went and picked it up, stopped working. Within the first 6 months of having it, stopped working. Brought it back to GameStop with the box, everything intact, nothing was wrong with it. Well, I mean, everything was there. There was no visible damage, nothing like that. And yeah, I had my receipt, said, hey, I paid for the warranty. Brought up to the chick at the GameStop. She was like, yeah, sorry. No, she didn't even say sorry. She's like, can't help you. Can't help you. We don't do that. We don't do that. To which it's like, what do you mean you don't do that? I paid you money to replace my console if something goes wrong with it. Obviously, you know, if there's underneath manufacturer warranty, obviously you could easily replace my console for me. You can give me a new one. I don't care if I have to wait a month or two to get a new console. I just want to know you're going to take care of my console. And she basically just gave me the runaround. Shitty employee. Did not want to help me at all. Lied to me that the manager wasn't there. He was obviously there. Anyways, so this basically goes into why you should never buy. Well, particularly my negative experience about buying a used console for GameStop. So I bought a used PlayStation 3 from GameStop in 2008, 2009, somewhere around that time, is within that year period. And originally I bought it because I actually was playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on the Game Boy Advance, and it's based in the area of Ivy Lease. If you're actually into game, or not GameStop, if you're into basically Final Fantasy, you're in the Final Fantasy world. Yeah, so it was basically based in Ivy Lease, and it made me want to play Final Fantasy 12 again, which I actually did play when it originally came out, and never actually got around to beating it or playing it in any real, you know, I didn't really get to play it a lot because my brother actually was the one who wanted the PlayStation 2, he's the one who bought the game. And, you know, by the time I actually got a chance to be with the game, it had been like several months, and I was just like, I don't really feel like playing right now. Anyways, so I played through the Ivy Lease Chronicles of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, beat it, and I was like, I really, really want to play Final Fantasy 12, you know. I want to play it, and I want to basically, you know, go through the game. I want to, you know, so, you know, obviously save it and be able to play it and all this other stuff. I know like that's dur. But anyways, so I went to GameStop, and I basically told the GameStop employees, like, hey, I really want to get a PlayStation 3 because I had just got an HD TV, and my mom gave me an HD TV for Christmas. And I really wanted to get an HD TV, and I wanted to get a console that could play with it. My brother had a Xbox 360 at the time, and, you know, obviously he hoarded it in his room, and I couldn't really play it that much. So I basically went to GameStop and was like, hey, I really want this, you know, HD console, and I want a PlayStation 3 that can play PlayStation 2 games, backwards compatibility. And I said, I really want to buy one, but I want to make sure it's backwards compatible. He said, okay, cool, got you, understand exactly what you need. Talked to the guy for about 20, 30 minutes, said, hey, this is what I want. He said, okay, got you, I got you. This one's exactly what you want. Pay over $300, get this freaking console, take it home, you know, play some of the PlayStation 3 games that my brother had that he would let me play. And I watched some Blu-ray players because obviously the PlayStation 3 had Blu-ray video capabilities. And yeah, so played it for a little bit, all that other stuff. And then eventually got to the point where I was like, okay, cool. I'm ready to start playing, you know, Final Fantasy 12. This is like a day. It was within the first 24 hours. I had already played the games. There were PlayStation 3. I already watched the movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Blu-ray player, HD, all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to play, you know, Final Fantasy 12 and try to get through this game because I was really into it because obviously in, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, you can actually have certain characters that are actually classes in characters, like, well, they're the same race as the characters you can have in Final Fantasy 12. So, put the game in, can't be read. Try again, can't be read. basically, long story short, can't be read. Find out that the person at GameStop, the chick at GameStop, basically lied to me and told me that the console I bought, whenever I specifically told her I want to buy a console, the one that can play PlayStation 2 games, and I paid a lot of money. I paid over $300 for this thing. Over $300. I don't know if they charged more or less based off if it could do that stuff, but $300 was a lot of money for me. I was 18, 19 at the time. So anyways, couldn't play the game I wanted to play. Took back the console and told them, hey, I came here, yesterday, day before yesterday, whatever. It was within 24, 48 hours. It was in the first 40 hours. I came back with the console. I was like, yeah, this is not what I was promised, and I don't like this. I want to return it. And basically told them, hey, yeah, I wanted to play this game. It plays Blu-rays just fine. It works just fine. But this is obviously not the model that I asked for, the model that I was promised. So I'm not really happy with it because I want to play this particular game. And they said, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we got you. You understand. We're so sorry about that. And then they're going to do the whole thing where you're returning it and they got to check and make sure it works. So what they do, they say, hey, sorry, the TV we have here at the front where we usually check stuff with customers isn't working. And I said, oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, yeah, go and I guess, what can we do? Just take it or what we do? I said, well, we have one in the back that we could check it on. And I said, okay, fine. I'm 18, 19. I'm like, whatever. I just want to return this, get my money back because I really wanted, to play Final Fantasy 12 and all this other stuff. And yeah, so they basically take it to the back and 15, 20 minutes go by and they come out like, hey, yeah, we can't return your console. And I said, what do you mean you can't return my console? And they said, yeah, it doesn't work. I said, what do you mean it doesn't work? And they basically told me that, hey, yeah, we took your console back there and we plugged it in. It's not having any signal, nothing, none of this other stuff. Can't take it back. Sorry. You break it. We can give you a little bit of money for it or whatever. But we can't take it back for full price because obviously since it left the store and since we got it back, there's something wrong with it. And I was like, that's bullshit. No, it works. I literally was using this console like less than an hour ago and it worked just fine. Like I literally watched 2 movies on it. I played a couple games on it. I played Uncharted. I played, what was in the game? Uncharted. I played this game called, I can't remember what it's called. It was another game my brother had. But anyways, they told me that they couldn't take it back because the TV in the front of the store wasn't working and they couldn't check it there. Took it to the back. Oh, the series doesn't work. So I'm like, I basically argued with them for like 20 minutes. And then the manager came out and basically told me that, hey, you have to leave because you're making a scene right now because, spoiler alert, they were lying to me. It actually fucking worked. And yeah, so anyways, take the console home. You'll never guess what happened. If you listen to spoiler alert, you obviously know what happens. The console works just fucking fine. So, tried to return a console that I bought from GameStop saying, hey, I really want this kind of console. They said, hey, yeah, this is exactly what you want. Plays PlayStation 2 games. This is the one you want. Because obviously I knew that, Sony had changed their consoles and they took that out to save some money. And tried to bring it back saying, hey, you told me that this was this. And look at Sakura stretched in the back. Yeah, you told me that this could play the games I wanted to play and it does not. And I'm not happy with it. I'm going to return it. And they proceeded to take it to the back and lie to me. And ended up taking it to another GameStop. Didn't tell them the whole story what happened, but they literally took it back within like 20 minutes. They took it back. And it wasn't 20 minutes over. It was like, oh, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. It's like, okay, we got to check it. They check in the store, make sure all the stuff worked. They just like wipe the hard drive, all this other stuff. Pretty nice, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels anytime you buy anything from GameStop, you want to return or exchange for anything else. Just don't take it back to the store you bought it from because they're going to try to fuck you over. Like from what I've seen, they're fucking their employees over royally. And their employees are going to do everything they can to fuck you over because it's fucking sink or swim, motherfucker. and they are going to fucking try their best to swim, even if them trying to swim is them getting the fucking shit knocked out of their fucking lungs, and they're gonna fucking sink and fucking die. They're gonna basically destroy the fucking ship they're trying to fucking swim towards. Anyways, long story short, don't buy used fucking consoles from GameStop. Don't buy new consoles from GameStop. Obviously, this isn't a across the board thing. You can buy consoles from GameStop, they're fine. You can buy games from GameStop, they're fine. You know, but this is just the second story I have about why GameStop sucks and why I don't like shopping there. And trust me, I have a lot more stories about why GameStop sucks. And I'm not saying GameStop sucks in general. I'm just saying the GameStop's done a lot of stuff to basically make me not ever want to shop there again. It's a long series of things. It's happened over several years. More good experiences than bad experiences. But I'm just basically saying that don't buy new console from GameStop with a warranty. If you buy a new console, don't get a warranty because they're not going to help you. If you buy a used console, make sure if you buy a used console, make sure it's exactly what you're paying for. Don't let them bullshit you out of that stuff. I argued with them for forever. They basically, it might have been my fault because I literally let them tell me that the freaking TV at the front of the store they could test it on didn't work. And yeah, I took it home and obviously the console fucking worked because I returned it. I ended up buying another PS3 for I think like almost $200. I saved like over $100. I saved over $100 buying my PlayStation 3 a couple months later, just because I said it didn't matter if it played PlayStation 2 games or not. I didn't care. I was like, I just want a PlayStation 3 now, and I saved over $100. So yeah, GameStop sucks. Yeah, fuck GameStop, fuck their company, fuck their model. And trust me, I'll be back with more negative experiences with GameStop. I was in Japan for several years where I couldn't really shop for a lot of games. Well, I mean, I could buy a lot of Japanese games, but I couldn't buy a lot of English games because they weren't very available where I was at. And I shopped at GameStop a little bit when I first came back, and it was also a negative fucking experience. And if y'all guys want to hear about that, hey, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and yeah, ask me questions, and I'll give you the full fucking story. Anyways, sorry about cussing, and hope y'all guys enjoy it, and I'll catch y'all guys in the next one. Ain't that right, Sakura? Look at her all spread out. Later.